Now we're fixed. Take two.
Oh boy.
Welcome to 2020,
Oh boy.
where Cindy tries to figure out the internet. And I have to wait for somebody to get in to tell me if they have sound, if we have sound or not. I don't know if you can check or not.
0.
Anyhow, somebody came in. Oh, we have sound. Oh, good. Thank you, Jessica. Sounds good now. I don't know what I did, but I somehow managed to mess it up.
You got a view of the curtains. You got a view of.
You did. It was a grand show there for a moment. Hey, Denali. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh my word.
Yeah, well, take two is just as good. My vacation is over, headed home now. Yay, Minnie's headed back.
Yay, she's headed back, or why would you be yay? Vacation's over.
Well, because that means she's coming back and she's going to be back to chat. I mean, stinks for her, but am I here at the beginning? And you were here at the beginning of take two because
you missed nothing.
You missed nothing. There's
missed
nothing
nothing
to see here. Yeah, I kind of messed up the first one, but it's all good. We're back.
We're back.
And we got it all fixed.
And I'm watching football.
There's Monica came back. It's a miracle. Yes. Matt is watching the overtime of the game. He's not distracted at all.
Nope.
But we are going to recap our Q4.
Are we?
We are.
We're not going to talk about football?
Well, maybe we could put like things in football terms. Would that be good for you? It was like fourth quarter of the football game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, you know. Did everybody else have a good fourth quarter? Everybody recovered and getting back into the normal swing. Getting back into the normal swing? No, not yet. Cindy, you look beautiful. Aw, thank you. Looking good too, see?
Who's looking good?
You are.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No, so we'll wait for everybody to get here, but we had a really good Q4. Mine was pretty good. Tracy says sales been good this last week as well. That's fantastic. Anne is already thinking about next Q4. If you don't follow Anne, she's been doing a lot of KDP. So she's been doing a lot of Kindle Direct Publishing. She's building up her books over on Amazon. So yeah, super exciting to see her kind of changing her business model and seeing all the changes that everybody's making. Some high dollar sales since people got that grandma money. Amen. Oh, Bonnie, fourth quarter was bad for me. Oh, well, that's stinky. But hopefully you can follow some of us that are making some changes and start planning now for next Q4 so that next Q4 you can be saying, I had my best month ever.
Can you say that?
Yes. Yes. We had our very best Q4 ever. Ever. By quite a bit.
If you say so.
We did. December sucked for me too, but I learned a lot from it and branched out into new product categories. It's so important, Jessica. It was really great until eBay messed things up. Well, that's kind of the way things go. No matter what platform you're on. So.
More so with eBay, it seems.
Yeah. I will 100% be those people prepping for Q4 in July next year. Absolutely, Jessica. Tracy, did you guys ever fix the size drop down in your store? No. Nope. Have not gone into the listings and fixed those. Just, they'll sell as they'll sell. Is what it is.
Go fight win.
So yeah, so if you are new to our channel, I'm Cindy. This is my wonderful husband, Matt. We are full-time resellers. We've been, both of us have been selling full-time for
6 years.
6 years now.
You've been selling for
17 years now, full-time. 6 years ago, Matt quit his corporate job to come home and join me. we've always been eBay sellers with,
Other platforms on the side.
yes. Yeah. This Q4, we decided to kind of flip that a little bit,
I was gonna say pivot.
pivot, and push hard against Amazon and see what would happen if we pushed hard against Amazon just for November and December. So we didn't pivot until we had sold on Amazon all year. We had
Yeah.
prepped for Q4 kind of all year. But
Well, we didn't really prep for Q4
you're saying I'm wrong.
the way I wanted to prep for Q4.
Oh.
Well, looking back, the way we should have prepped for Q4.
Yes,
That's
yes.
probably the right.
Yes. We will do it differently in 2020.
A lot differently.
But you don't know what you don't know.
Yep.
And so November 1st, we decided to really start pushing hard against Amazon and pull back a little bit on eBay.
Yeah, we started, actually, I think we started more in October.
But we didn't do the Halloween craze
Okay.
on Amazon.
Okay.
Trust me. Anyhow, so we decided to switch for Q4. And did we do anything with Etsy? No. So
We
And-
just kind of left Etsy,
we just left Etsy alone.
just left it alone. I don't think we really bought much for Etsy. I mean, if we did, it was only a few things.
Yeah, we pretty much just let Etsy ride. But I wanted to know, everybody sees these big Amazon seller numbers. Like you see these Q4 numbers that are just huge. And you're like, but can I really do that? I'm gated in everything. I mean, that's the immediate response that we get.
Yep.
And that's where we were at, gated in
Just about everything.
all of the major brands. And so what could you really do if you pushed? I'm a one-woman show here. Yeah, so you only have so much time in the day. And so we kind of decided Matt would kind of stay back and keep the eBay train rolling as much as possible, do a lot of the shipping, a lot of that sort of thing. And I would do the retail arbitrage, Amazon craziness, which then became your craziness as the shipping increased. But that was the plan. But we wanted to know, how much can you really do, and how much does it really impact you, and can you make any profit? Because I don't know, maybe other people don't think this, but I'm always like, you know what? Yeah, you have these huge numbers, but are you actually making any money?
Well, that's a question I always ask whenever I see somebody post on any platform.
Yeah,
I sold $100,000, $200,000
today.
All right, that's great. I'm glad you did, but did you make money at it?
Did you really make any money?
Because there's a few I question.
Because
but-
we have real bills. This is our only income.
Yeah.
So if we want to continue to eat and not live in a box under the bridge, we have to make a profit. Not that other people don't, not that other people aren't, but you don't know. You don't know how much are they really taking home. What if that is profit, that sort of thing. So we decided, I'm always wanting to test a theory. I'm struggling with whether or not to invest in a repricer for Amazon. Amazon has a free repricer now that you can utilize. Wouldn't say it's as good as the repricers that you pay for, but it definitely works. Matt questions a few people's numbers. I question everyone's. Ann says, see, Ann, that's why I love you. Because we're just honest about it. You know, I think that if people are honest, that's the majority of us are like, okay, well, you know, yeah, I could make $1 million tomorrow. Give me $2 million to spend.
Right.
So can you really make money at it? So what would you say the biggest, we did make money. I guess I should just throw that in before I ask you this. What would you say your biggest takeaway towards pushing towards Amazon for Q4 was?
What?
Your biggest takeaway for pushing towards Amazon in Q4?
Have enough shipping supplies. And whatever you think is enough,
It's not enough. The shipping velocity.
order 10 times that amount.
Yeah, no. I thought I knew how, like what,
We have really good velocity on eBay.
yes,
And I'm not trying to say that.
but we do.
But we do. I was not prepared for the velocity on Amazon. Mm-hmm. I was totally shocked.
At how quickly things could sell.
I mean, you were picking things up and we were selling them the same day.
Yes.
Like all of them.
Yes. Bonnie, we did merchant fulfill. So, in November, we sent stuff in. And then about Thanksgiving, we switched to almost all merchant fulfilled. Now, one of the best things that we did when we decided, see, I was thinking about this in January. I just didn't happen to tell you, was we actually started selling more on Amazon than we had been before in January. So we had already started kind of building up some of that inventory in FBA. The other thing that allowed us to do was it allowed us to be in the Seller Fulfilled Prime program. So when you sell on Amazon, if you've ever, I'm sure everybody's bought on Amazon, you get that little Prime notation. If you've sold a quantity, you have metrics, whatever, Amazon will let you seller fulfill, but it still shows as a Prime purchase. So you have to say you're going to ship within a certain time frame and get it there and all of that. But we switched to merchant fulfilled about Thanksgiving with seller fulfilled Prime, which that's how then the shipping just kind of got crazy. I'm so green to Amazon right now. All I found that I can sell is a few rare books that are high priced, but just sitting. Yeah, so one of the things that we did was we started in January. And we started picking things up, scanning things, selling things, sending things in January. Which really helped us learn ranks. And even though we have sold on Amazon for a long time, but never with any
No.
real.
No, it was
Fodder.
always eBay first. It was always
Always.
eBay was our primary source of income, and then Amazon was second, third in there.
Yeah. So, Stacy, I understand she said that she missed the boat on Amazon. I've actually been selling on Amazon since way before you quit. Like before there were gates, before there was anything.
Yeah, we've missed the boat on Amazon for years, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. But so we started in January, just sending in with the goal. I don't know if Monica's still here or not, but she challenged me to send in 1 box a week, even if that box only had 10 items in it, not 10 SKUs at a multiple, 10 total items. Send in 1 box a week in January. So we started doing that. Amazon looks hard. Amazon's very different. There's a definite learning curve to Amazon. And you're not going to walk into your local Walmart and just come out with a cart full of stuff that's going to make you $1 million. It's not how it works. So we started in January, sending in 1 box a week, slowly building that up, getting more used to the changes that had been made in the system and all of that.
Amazon's very fluid.
Yes.
Is probably my one other takeaway. Things that were hot yesterday were not as hot, or the price had tanked the next day. So you have to be very careful with Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to scare anybody away. I'm just trying to point out
Oh,
things we've learned.
yeah. One of the big things that we learned is that a lot of people have scared money. That's what we went to talking about. Yeah, scared money.
Yeah.
Scared money is when you have gone out and you have bought
Hundreds.
hundreds of this item, whatever this
Yep.
item is. And all of a sudden, the price comes down just a little bit. That person gets a little bit scared. And maybe they didn't even buy hundreds. Maybe they only bought 5, but that was all of the capital they had. And they start getting scared. What if mine doesn't sell? What if I don't get my money back? I need my money back. And all of a sudden, the price just plummets. And you either decide to wait it out, wane out all the tankers, and hope that the price bounces back, or you got to take what you can get and move on. A lot of scared money. And one of the things that we saw was in the items that are ungated for most people. So it's a common item, whatever. Just about anybody could sell it. More scared money in those items. It just is what it is. So more price tanking going on in those items versus the items that had more gates on them that were harder to get into.
Yeah, there's just more people playing in it.
Yeah. And it only takes 2 people to decide that their money is scared. And yeah, and they start that race to the bottom. It is one of the things that I love about Amazon, though, is that everybody's on the same listing.
Yeah.
Which I know is something that, eBay sellers hate and probably an unpopular opinion, but you can go to that listing and immediately see what the market is. You don't have to scroll through solds. You don't have to look at a
Scroll
whole
through pages and
pages of things and try to see who's hiding their solds and who isn't. I mean, you can just look right there and you know. Newbie question, you become randomly gated over time, is that right? Yes. So randomly over time, as your metrics increase, as you have more sales, Amazon will ungate you in more products.
Slowly.
But
you will get ungated.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff, so.
Oh, yeah. I can't. Oh, Brian, I know you can't stand those sellers that hide their solds. Well, then. You and our next meeting is going to be rather interesting. So yeah, so
it was just a very interesting ride, is what I have to say. Very interesting, and
we had our best December ever, but I don't think we've ever worked that many hours.
We worked really hard.
Yeah, I was talking to some friends last night, and they kind of decided after watching me go all of December, maybe I won't do Amazon.
Yeah, you were out every day.
Yes.
I mean,
literally.
Monday through Sunday, every day.
Every single day.
And you'd find out there was this hot item, and you'd just go out looking for it. And you'd have a bunch of them, and then that item wouldn't be so hot the next few days, and something else. And it was just very fluid. It was very fluid.
Yes. And so every day it was go out and run around. And so far, the thing I can't figure out is why don't I just sell this item on eBay? So, yeah, there's a lot of things that not only did we decide to sell on eBay, but we're selling better and I can sell faster on eBay. So yeah, you have to figure that out for yourself, and kind of, play the what's going to be better for me, especially if you're merchant fulfilling, because I'm going to have to ship that item anyway.
Yeah.
And I have to store it here anyhow. Within Q4, there are definitely items that were selling better on Amazon for a much higher price than they were on eBay, but that's not always.
But you had to research. You had to check. And there were definitely several items that were like, oh, no, we'll sell it here.
I'll sell it on eBay.
Because we're getting more money for it.
Yeah. And says, yes, but I don't want to get back into the level of investment needed for RA or liquidation. There's another great point. So we had our best month. Our profit margins were pretty much the same as what they were on eBay or what they are on eBay. But there was a moment there, like the 1st of December, that I think we both were in like complete holy crud panic mode of how much money
we have tied up in inventory.
Because we're eBay sellers. We're used to $3 an item. And all of a sudden, our house looked like an Amazon warehouse.
Bags and boxes and
I mean, closets, and at one point we had stuff in our bedroom. I mean, it was honestly ridiculous. And we started looking at each other going, holy crud, what are we going to do if this doesn't sell? And so I understand that scared money moment.
yeah, and that was in November.
Okay.
And then
all the days started to run together.
But then Black Friday came around. And then it turned on. And then next thing I know, stuff is shipping faster than we can buy it. So I mean,
yeah. And then we start thinking we should have bought more. Why didn't we buy? But there's definitely that aspect of we came into this. So we came into our Amazon experiment with a set amount of money that we had for this experiment. We wanted no credit card debt out of the deal. Because if it flopped, I didn't want to be paying on it for the next 10 years. So we had a set amount of money. And it was a substantial amount for us, probably not for
a lot of people.
Not for a lot of people, not for Amazon sellers, for sure. But for us.
Yeah, and there were some Amazon sellers that were like bringing in truckloads that we knew of one item. One SKU.
Like, I can't even.
I mean, literally hundreds.
And we're over here scared because we have 10.
We have 10.
True story. So we did FBA and merchant fulfilled. Through December, we were almost...
entirely merchant fulfilled.
Yeah, we had a few items that were still in the warehouse and a few items that we had shipped in. But for the most part, we were merchant fulfilled. But yeah, the amount of money that we had to sink into inventory and basically gamble with was substantial for us.
Yeah.
You need an iron stomach to do Amazon. I have IBS and it doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, there were a few oh poop moments like, okay, is this not gonna turn out? I mean, yeah, it was.
Yeah, and that's tough because you are gambling and you are, you're outlaying all of this money. And you are outlaying that money on what the market says that item is going to go for today. But yes, irritable Amazon seller syndrome, absolutely. And you don't know, is that price going to tank? Is the market going to slow down? Is Amazon going to bring in a truckload of it? And then there's, they're going to take the buy box and you're going to lose all the sales. You just don't know.
And you know what? That happened on, I think all those happened to us, at least on one or few items.
And your house company wouldn't we didn't have Thanksgiving dinner this year. Like we skipped Thanksgiving. True story, we skipped Thanksgiving because so we don't have a lot of families, just my parents, but we honestly told them, do not come because this is crazy. Like there's no room in the inn at all. So yeah. So we went wide most of the time. There were a couple of SKUs that we went really deep on.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some really hot SKUs
that we did go deep on.
Didn't go deep at first, and then we saw the velocity and the price actually increase on a few items. And so
then we would go deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's all right, you can return stuff. I don't return anything. I hate to return things. It gives me anxiety to go up and like, so my goal was to not have to return anything.
You did return something though, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I returned 3 games. That was it though. But other than that, yeah, no, we didn't return items. We will hold stuff. And, but yeah, so we definitely had items that, we lost money on. Monopoly for Millennials, that was 2018. We weren't playing then. We definitely had items we lost money on. We definitely had items that we broke even on.
Or we had items that we made big money on.
Yeah. Yeah, so you do have to look at the overall picture. And, so often I think as eBay sellers, you're like, okay, I bought this item for this price. and it sold for this. So my profit is this. But with Amazon, you really have to look at the totality of it.
Yeah, it's a business as a whole.
It's a business as a whole because you are gonna have items that you lose on. You just are. You're going to have items that you break even on, and then you're gonna have items that go wild.
Yeah.
So it's just, what do you keep telling me? You cannot go up to bat and hit a home run every single time. That's hard for me.
Just in baseball. Not in business, though.
Yeah, and it's a long game. It's some items you're gonna have to.
Yes and no. In fourth quarter on Amazon,
There was no long game.
There was no long game. If you were getting the right stuff.
Yeah. So returns. We've had returns. I mean, I'm looking at them.
I'm knocking though, because
It's not been awful.
they're lower than I anticipated, and I probably should have said.
Yeah,
that,
I'm
but-
sure that we will get more as January goes on. But returns don't bother me. Returns don't bother me on eBay. Returns don't bother me on Amazon. They just they stink, but they're just not. They're just a part of it. You just have to move on. Returnerary, yeah, that's what they call it. So minimum dollar amount of profit per item. Brain, no, not really. We try to always play by the 3 times rule. So 3 times your buy cost, so that you're at least a 30% margin. So you have 1/3 for the cost of the item, 1/3 for Amazon, and 1/3 in profit. Which is not exactly how because Amazon fees aren't quite that high, but
It's a good rule of thumb, though.
yeah, so we try to work on that margin. Paying a lot of attention to, if you're merchant fulfilling, if something's over £1, how much is that stinker going to cost to ship? And the buy box price is free shipping. So if you see an item and you can buy it for, $5 and it's selling for 15, but it's £2,
Yeah, it's got to go in an A or
a mailing box, and you don't have any profit in it. So that's where our experience as eBay sellers really was beneficial, because we can look at an item and go, okay, yeah, that's going to cost $8 to ship.
Yeah.
So I think that was a benefit to us throughout this.
You had a few though. I was like,
Oh.
how am I shipping this?
Definitely.
You're like, but that's gonna fit in there, and I'm like, no, it's not gonna fit in that. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't really look at it.
Yeah, there were definitely a few things that I was like, oh, I'm starting to not want to sell anything over £1 due to the shipping. And it's only going to, yes. Yeah, when it gets over £1, you really have to start looking at that profit margin, no matter where you're selling.
Yeah.
Because it can bite you really fast. And we had a couple items where we ended up breaking even because of shipping. And I had
But you know what?
miscalculated.
In all honesty, that happens on eBay also.
Yeah,
Just every once in a while, we'll be like,
didn't do that right.
You're like, I thought that was under £1, and I'm like, no, it's not under £1. It's over £1.
Darn it.
That happens.
The hand weight is off.
But you know what? It's business, and you're like I said, you're not going to be right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
Yeah. I feel like I don't have my crap together enough to sell on Amazon. Adjusting pricing so often makes me crazy. So Tanya, there is now a free Amazon repricer right in Amazon Seller Central. So you can go into your Amazon Central account and do
You just scroll through all your items. And
I'm not sure what it says, but it's pricing something. And they will automate that for you. So you can put in your minimum and your maximum, just like you would on a repricer, and Amazon will take care of it. They won't do like your entire store or your entire inventory every 2 minutes or something like a paid repricer would. So it's not that aggressive, I will say, but it absolutely works. And if you're one of those people that just wants to send stuff in and then not think about it, it works fantastic for that. Or if you're just cheap, because that's why I use it. It's one less thing. It's one less thing. So yeah, but I think we also learned that it's a good training repricer. Absolutely. Did you buy anything via wholesaler directly from the manufacturer?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Yes, yes, and yes. And retail. And we did a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yeah. When we jump into an experiment, we jump in with both feet. God bless Matt. Because I'm just like, let's go. And then, yeah, it just
As I look around
spins
all the
out of
boxes and bags that are
control.
sitting in here from
Yes.
our next.
Anne has a great idea going into publishing. Not a lot of, yeah. We're doing a lot of POD in 2020. POD is print on demand. Print on demand meaning merchandise, KDP, all sorts of those types of products, because there's no capital. There is no,
Just time investment.
yeah, for the most part, there's no initial investment. So that's kind of our next experiment. But will we stop doing eBay in 2020?
No. No, in fact, we are going slowly back now, actually.
Yes, yeah. Did we decide that Amazon was the end all be all and we should drop everything else and just become Amazon sellers?
No.
Absolutely not. I'm writing a romance series called The Reseller. Yeah, there's a startup cost for POD, at least for me, in terms of software. Yes, but once that item is up, it's up forever in the yes. So there's a little bit of investment cost, absolutely, but not when I weigh that towards like what my investment cost to Amazon in Q4, it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could realistically do print on demand T-shirts with your paintbrush program on your computer.
With the free over app for free, you
Yeah.
could do KDP with the free version of Canva.
Yeah, now can you do it better with better software? Absolutely, but you have to pay for that software. But you could literally do it for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, so many ways to make that cheddar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, so we won't be leaving eBay by any stretch of the imagination. We are already back to building up our eBay inventory. Our eBay numbers absolutely took a hit
Oh, big time. Yeah.
in November and December as we pushed towards Amazon. But they're coming right back. So that's not a problem for us. We are already pushing back towards that. We will continue to do Amazon. Continue to send stuff in. Next year in 2020, we will attempt to send more stuff in so that we stopped sending things in too early.
Yeah.
And part of that was not knowing what the market was going to do.
Well, and part of that was we didn't know how long Amazon was going to take in fourth quarter to get our stuff in the warehouse and ready for sale.
Yeah.
So,
If you are thinking about Amazon at all, I would encourage you to start in January. Start now because you get a feel for your warehouse. Everybody's is a little bit different. How long does it take to get your items to that warehouse? How long does it take that warehouse to process your items on a regular day? And then you can use that as a benchmark in Q4. But definitely start early, start slow, and then understand that the items that we did best with were, so I was in an Amazon group. The items we did the best with were the items that I found on my own. Just out there scanning. Lots and lots of scanning.
boring.
Yeah, you hate it.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
You hate it. Doesn't bother me at all, but you absolutely
Well,
hate it.
and part of my frustration is we'll go into a store and I don't have cell service. And I can't scan. And I'm standing around waiting for the
It
circle
drives you
thing to
nuts.
go. And
Drives you nuts.
yep.
And that's part of it. That's absolutely part of it. And you may scan 100 items and do the happy dance when you find one.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's been times where you've walked out of stores with nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
There's times where you've had days where you've basically had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I feel so self-conscious scanning everything. And I think I did at the beginning also. And then there came a point that I was like, forget it, I don't even care. And I will say that a lot of times I'm scanning on the store's website. Because the stores, here's a little tip for you. If you are in a store that has a website, a lot of times the website price is cheaper than your in-store price, and they will match the website price. So a lot of times I'm scanning on their site, so you can happily come and see what I'm doing, because I just want to see if you've jacked up the price because I walked in your store. I don't know if they'll start blocking cell service or not. They could probably block at least Amazon Seller Central if you're using their Wi-Fi.
But at that point, you're just going to get a scanner.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. And some stores are friendlier to resellers than others. Hey, Sue. Some stores
don't care.
Some stores do not care at all. Some stores will be like, oh, you want that product? Let me go in the back and bring them all out for you. So if your cell service isn't great on iPhone, go into setting, then cellular, then play with turning off LTE and turning off 4G. Signals usually improve. Huh, thank you. There is a scanner that you can get that then hooks into your phone, and I think it's a Bluetooth. I actually think it's a Bluetooth scanner. But you have to have that scanner. Yes, Amazon. You have to have that scanner, and then you have to have the service with which that software works. So that's kind of 2 purchases, and I'm kind of cheap. So I'll stand there and wait.
I know. I know you will.
Matt won't.
No, I won't.
But you will stay here and ship 100 items.
I have.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh, I'll just go scan. So it worked well for us. But yeah, so next Q4, we will absolutely do Amazon again. Probably not with the same aggressiveness.
It'll be different. We'll do a lot of things differently. It was a big learning experience.
Yeah, we will definitely try to ship more stuff in.
Absolutely. Absolutely send more stuff in. We weren't prepared for fourth quarter. As much as we thought we weren't prepared at all.
No, we weren't prepared at all.
Not even close.
No, I think we ran out of shipping supplies 3 separate times.
Oh, 3?
Like totally out. No, I mean like we totally ran out of shipping supplies 3 separate times.
3?
Yes, yes, Monica says we both stopped FBA too early. Yeah, we stopped FBA way too early. We should have still been shipping things in.
I would have been shipping things in all the way
into
November.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah, into December for sure. But you live and learn, and it was fine. I mean, we ended up figured out who ships their shipping supplies really fast. We figured out where to buy shipping supplies. You find a way. You find a way.
Yep, buy lots of tape.
Yes, you know, you see those people that I talk about when like Costco has the big things of tape on sale, and they're like, oh my gosh, the tape is on sale. And I'm always like, seriously? How much tape are you using? Oh.
Yeah, we went through
I get it now.
a couple of dozen rolls of tape.
I get it.
Easily.
You use a lot of tape. Oh. Yeah, there were a lot of those moments of,
Make sure you have labels.
oh, yeah. Now, we're looking into the thermal printer because I get it now. I get it now. So, yeah, a lot of differences there. But a lot of things that we learned that then we will transfer to our eBay business. In understanding the impact that a multiple quantity listing has, understanding when to use those Amazon ranks towards items on eBay, understanding how to play that hot and trending game towards eBay. So there are a lot. No, we don't have a thermal printer. Did I mention I was cheap?
Nope.
It's never been a big deal. It's never been a big deal until we consistently had 100 packages every single day to ship out. Like we were shipping on Saturdays, which we never ship on Saturdays, and we would have at least 100 packages every single day going out. But we learned lots. We learned what post offices have those drop things, and what to do when you jam it full of packages, and who the nice employee is that you can go and get when you've jammed the drop box full of packages for the 5th day in a row. Yeah, we learned all of those things. Not selling on Amazon, but still use a scanner for eBay RA. Yeah, that's fantastic. I can absolutely see doing that. I just bought one this year. I thought I was the last holdout. Oh no, still holding out. Still old school. Yeah, you're lucky I'm not handwriting them.
No, we've got one of the dot matrix printers
Right.
that you turn on like a show from the 80s, and it's going zzz, zzz, zzz. No.
Yeah.
We have a laser printer, but it could be a dot matrix printer.
If it was cheaper, it probably would be. But yeah, so we learned a lot of things. I've been selling online full-time since 2005. No thermal printer. I'll be taping labels on until I have on my desk. At least we have the peel and stick labels in.
Yeah, you got to get those.
Yes. Are you going to get a handheld scanner for UPC codes? Probably. Probably eventually. Maybe. You know what? Sue, it really doesn't bother me to use my phone at all. But it is really super duper annoying to Matt.
All right. But if you could figure out if a scanner was twice as fast as your phone, would that be a game changer for you?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Because time is money. So if you're standing there waiting, and how many times you stand there and you wait for the.
Yeah. Yeah, the thermal printer I do think ends up being cheaper. I fully agree with you. It probably does end up being cheaper. It's getting it set up and switching it over. That's the honest to goodness truth. Like, I'm just keeping it real here. So yeah, Carmela, we did think about caving and getting a thermal printer in the middle of Q4 madness, but honestly, it was such madness that
we didn't have time. We didn't have time to mess around with setting it up, and
yeah,
we just didn't have time. But we will have one for next Q4.
Yeah, by next Q4 we will have made that jump.
Yep.
And then we will let you know what we think, because it's a lot of research. Yes, 2 days of aggravation, exactly, and it just wasn't happening in Q4. There was no way.
We just didn't have that time.
There was just no way. So, but into next year, yes, that's the problem, Denal Alducho, right there. Everyone goes out and gets the Dymo. And the Dymo, Monica calls it the Dumbo. Denali calls it the die, like mo. Yeah, like she wants to throw it and tell it to die. So there's a little bit of research needed there into which one we get. Or Rollo or a Zebra. Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking a Rollo.
Yeah, get a Rollo, plug it in and go. That's what we're thinking.
Yeah, because we'll still keep our laser printer, because we still print regular full-size documents. And
yeah. Alduju says it's the most overhyped thermal printer that everyone gets suckered into buying. Yeah, and it's not necessarily the best one out there. So anyhow, but we did learn a ton. If you are interested in Amazon, absolutely.
Give it a try.
Give it a try. It is learning a new language, and it is difficult to start. Mm-hmm. There's a learning curve. It's not you. You're not messing anything up. You're not screwing anything up. It's supposed to be that hard. It's, if you decided to start in 2020 and train for a marathon, you would expect to be in pain when you first started. At least I would. Question your existence. So it would be hard, but you get better as time goes on. So yeah, so definitely though, try it. But yeah, we're not giving up eBay.
No, absolutely not.
Still love the Bay.
There's still money there. There's still money there. So,
Yeah.
and Amazon, as much as I saw velocity in fourth quarter, we're starting to see that velocity starting to taper off now. So we're going to need multiple platforms for the
Yeah.
rest of the year.
Yeah.
But takeaways going into fourth quarter for next year, we're going to send more stuff in.
Yes.
We're going to send more stuff in later in the year.
Yes.
We're going to order a lot more shipping supplies.
Yeah, the semi's gonna come. Yeah.
A lot more shipping supplies.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you don't see yourself doing Amazon full time, it's a good idea to learn how to do both. Just do it out of, yes, and absolutely. I always think that it's a good idea to have that knowledge. Once you have it, you have it forever. You can always fall back on it if you need it. We did also decide within fourth quarter to let Etsy go. We'll talk more about that in, I'm sure, upcoming weeks.
Well, that's a teaser.
It kind of is what it is. Etsy is going. Poshmark is going.
Poshmark's been gone.
Yeah, Poshmark's gone. Mercari, gone.
It's just not enough time.
Yeah.
And again, the velocity's not there. Now, if tomorrow Mercari or Poshmark or Etsy, we saw this huge shift in their business and we saw more velocity there, then we'd have different words, you know? I mean,
Because we know how to do it.
yeah.
We've already done it. We know how to do it. We know how to list there. We know the ins and outs of it. We know how to build velocity there. Etsy's a little brat. I agree. So we could shift back at any given moment.
Yeah.
Learning every site that is out there, Ann says. I agree. Amazon, eBay, Poshmark, Etsy. I'm only doing eBay right now, but at least I know how to do the others and could jump back in
Yeah,
instantly.
that's sound advice.
Absolutely. Completely agree. But yeah, for us in 2020, it will be eBay, Amazon, print on demand.
For now. We don't know what the rest of the 2020 is going to bring, though.
Yes, for today. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Plans change. Can't figure out how to do anything on Poshmark. It was like 10% of my eBay sales and just not worth it. Yeah, and you know what, Mama? If it's not worth it for you, it's not worth it for you, and that's okay.
Yeah, and that's what we found. But doesn't mean it does work for other people. You know, I
Yes.
mean, other people I see are very successful on Poshmark.
And
Or
good.
Mercari.
And that's great. I'm so excited for them.
It just wasn't,
It just didn't work for us.
didn't work for us.
Ann says, don't forget YouTube. Yeah, and I think I'm going to make a whole $1.52, so.
So
We-
give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Because I want $1.53.
We do this because we enjoy it. And yeah, we like connecting with everybody. But no, YouTube is not going to pay any bills anytime soon. Although it might get me Starbucks money.
It would give us Starbucks money at best. It's not taking us out to dinner.
No. I sell around 10 items per month on Posh. eBay's my main platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, Posh is a lot of work. Yeah, and not for some people love it. Like you said, some people love it. It doesn't feel like work to them, and that's fantastic. When will we see you again? Follow us over on Instagram, and I'll put.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery to us.
I didn't know we were going live until like
Yesterday.
a few hours ago.
No, I asked you yesterday.
Oh, you did ask me yesterday.
We'll try to come up with some sort of a schedule. January next week, I start coaching groups. So that kind of throws another thing into the system. So we'll have to sit down and look at our schedule. But absolutely, we will try to come back.
We will be on more than you guys probably want us to be on.
Probably. But I sell one a day on Posh with 400. Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, and again, as a business owner, that's what you got to look at.
Your time investment.
Is the time investment worth?
Yeah. And I know people that the time investment is 100% worth it.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah, miss you on Instagram. Back on Instagram, I did take a few weeks of a break there because I wanted to actually enjoy the holidays.
Well, we were busy too.
Yeah.
We really did not have
And
time for.
so right before Christmas, I took some time and we watched Christmas movies and we did puzzles and all of that, and that was my Instagram time. But so I
But to
traded
clue,
you for
to
fame.
clue you in how busy it was, she didn't have time for naps.
I did nap.
You didn't nap for like a month.
I didn't. It was bad around here, guys. It was bad. It was really bad. Yes. Sue says Vendu minimizes the time investment if you want to cross post over to Poshmark, which is fantastic. So, all right, guys. I think that is it for right now. We will be
We're
back
signing off.
though. Glad to be back. Glad for 2020. Hope you guys have big goals for 2020. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something.
Have a great night, everybody. Bye.